What's up, guys? And so for today's video, I've been getting asked a ton of how to get better at snowboarding, or am I a good snowboarder? All these questions from probably a bunch of kids, I would guess. And so this video is for the kids or for anybody that wants to get better at snowboarding. And who else to film this video with than the man who was a killer park rider and then decided to get even better at snowboarding, became a great carver, and then the side slip master. None other than your boy, Ryan Knapton.
What's happening, guys?
So he's done it all. He's gotten good at park, and then he's gotten to the extreme level of carving, arguably one of the greatest. Yeah, so we're gonna ride with Ryan today. We're gonna talk about getting better at snowboarding, and overall, it's gonna be a ton of fun.
Let's do it.
Ryan, so what would be your first tip for someone that wants to get better at snowboarding?
Maintain super control over your board. Obviously carving, it's actually kind of more of an advanced thing. A lot of people think they're carving, they're really just doing skidded turns. But just like so, beginners, being in control of your board. A lot of times beginners, you'll want to be balanced over your board like this. But also, as soon as you start progressing it all, you'll want to be able to throw in speed checks. If you're going too fast, you're often just out of control. So this motion of the speed checks, of being kind of, if you're facing downhill, tossing your board this way, and being able to visualize and see your back binding there. That's gonna scrub a lot of speed quick and bring you back into speed. And it's just a motion that if you need to stop on a dime, say maybe someone's in your way, a tree's in your way, you're just getting out of control, adding that in, this little motion, whoosh, can bring you back into speed. And conversely, the front side version. So it's disconnecting your upper body from your lower body and being able to use that to just apply extra friction to the snow to stay in control. Let's see what it looks like.
Yeah.
As simple as that looks, it actually takes a bit of work to get it perfectly, just finding the rhythm of your upper body to help assist swing your lower body in the counter rotated position super quick. Also great for throwing snow too, so it's a fun one. But even during carving, as soon as I get going too fast, I just throw that in, can bring it back into the right amount of speed, and then continue carving from there. Another great tip for really learning your edges is just being able to spin around on your board and keeping your board pretty flat but without catching an edge. So the downhill edge will stay up, and mostly it's just about trying it. Start it at slow motion. Looks like this, and do it front side and back side. You're not always going to be perfectly balanced on your board, and sometimes, you know, you'll accidentally turn 90, 180, 270, and just by having done that in the past, you'll learn your edges so you're not going to randomly catch your edges when that happens.
All right, guys, so I think my major tip is if you want to get better at snowboarding, you have to do basic fundamental things like carving your snowboarding, practicing your ollies, the super basic stuff to actually get to the next level, to take it to a higher level. What do you think of that, Ryan?
Absolutely, got to do, you know, if I'm on a flat, boring cat track, am I just gonna bomb down it? No, probably try little ollies, little backside 180s, just ollie in it, maybe front side 180s, you know, or buttering it around, just continuously playing around on your snowboard. That's gonna translate to jumps really nicely, so. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so just like a sports team practices passing the ball, dribbling it, anything like that, you gotta practice your basic fundamentals, even though it might be pretty boring.
Yep. And it, you know, it actually won't make it boring. Like I'm just thinking on the top of Peak 9, it's a big flat area that it's just so boring to ride if you just bomb straight down it. But what I always do is like, boom, I'll put a switch stance and try a bunch of switch stance ollies off my toes, or switch stance ollies off my heels. And it's such a different feeling. But if you do that a ton, then all of a sudden when you're actually riding a normal run and see a nice little something you can jump off, you've already done that motion a ton of times, and then it just flows. For carving, one of the best easy first steps is try to, you know, take it pretty mellow, but try to get your turn to arc up the hill, because you can't skid up the hill, but you can use your momentum and carve up the hill. So yeah, just follow me on this. We'll do, are you regular? You're goofy.
I'm regular.
You're regular, yeah. We'll do a nice little toe side, try to get up the hill. It leaves a nice clean line. Just be aware of people coming down the hill at you, but that's gonna, you know, give you that first nice easy carving sensation of leaving a single track line that actually has a curved shape.
Yep, I was gonna say that tip, but
oh,
Ryan took it.
Oh, I stole it. Well, just you to redo it then.
No. Alright guys, I think the last tip that will help you get better at snowboarding is riding switch. It's so important to actually, even once you start getting carves and you're a good regular rider, you need to practice your switch, because it just takes you to that next level. And then when you do find yourself in a sticky situation, if you do gotta shoot off in a switch direction, you'll be very comfortable and safe in your own still snowboard ability. What do you think?
Along those lines, I mean, there's so many people who can do decent 180s and stuff, and then they struggle to ride away cleanly and have to revert out. And that's just kind of an ugly motion. You should be able to link a couple of turns, switch stance, and it just makes for better snowboarding.
Totally. And then in your park riding, it allows you to land a trick and then go into another feature, goofy, which makes it look great. And that's why the pros, when you see them riding park, it's so seamless and incredible.
Yep. I remember like having backside 360s even way clean long before I could do a backside 180 good, just because I couldn't ride away switch properly. I'd have to revert around. So
Totally.
Absolutely, just put on those miles. Make yourself do it.
It's a make yourself do it. And like you were saying, on a boring terrain or something, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna bomb this real quick. Go switch and ride it switch and really work on those switch carves. You wanna ride some switch?
Let's ride switch.
All right. Obviously Ryan's were better, but he just pushed me to try some switch rolls that I don't ever really do. Heck yeah, buddy.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys, big shout out to Ryan for coming out, helping us, helping the kids.
Thank you for having me.
Everyone get to become a better snowboarder. Remember, there aren't bad snowboarders. There are levels to snowboarding. Just 'cause it's like a video game. If you start a video game and you're playing it, and I'm a level 50 and you're level 2, doesn't mean you're bad at the game. You're just not on my level, and you got to put the time in, and you got to level up, and then you'll be a great snowboarder like Ryan, good one like me, and all the other people you see on the mountain. You got to put in the work, practice the fundamentals, and it'll all come together. So with all that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe to my channel, check out Ryan's channel. It's going to be linked in the description at the end. Cowboy Roy helped us film it. That'll be linked at the description as well. Don't forget, any of the Evolution merch is always in the description. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Keep evolving. and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm on top of the ocean, living like life ain't frozen, feeling my feet been chosen for something other than motion, yeah. Mama told me I'ma be somebody, I ain't never gonna need nobody, no, no, I ain't never.
There it is.